Afternoon, everyone. We're back. Ooh, new top alert. Bosh. What do we reckon? I'm pretty happy with that. So, back with a supplement spotlight blog. And this one's probably the best well-known sports supplement, most researched on the planet. One that you should have in your cupboard as a staple to really help level up. Bosh! So, you probably all guessed what it is. It is creatine monohydrate from the Protein Works, this one. So, yeah. Woo! I sneeze. Wow. So yeah, creatine monohydrate. Fantastic sports supplement. I've been taking it for ages now, ages and ages. Great supplement to take, especially if you are new to training. You want to put on some bit of size relatively quickly. This will really aid in doing that and get stronger. It's got some great benefits to it. I've made some notes and I'll rattle them off to you. The most important ones that I found that I think are the ones that you really need to know about. So let's get straight into it. So an important factor about creatine monohydrate is that it helps the muscle cells produce more energy. Phosphocreatine aids in the formation of adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate, which obviously I've covered in the previous energy blogs, which is stored in the muscles when regarding to the energy systems our body utilizes. Check them out. Adenosine triphosphate is the key molecule your cell uses for energy in basic life functions. During exercise, ATP is broken down to produce energy. The rate of ATP resynthesis limits your ability to continue to perform if you're putting out a lot of effort, high intensity. So as you use ATP faster than you produce it, which we did cover as well in the previous blog, creatine supplements help increase your phosphocreatine stores, allowing you to produce more ATP energy to fuel your muscles during high intensity exercise. So it's one of the best supplements basically if you are into high intensity workouts or you've got them planned into a training program. Creatine is a fantastic thing to add to give you that extra push, that extra edge basically on your workout. It's the primary mechanism behind creatine's performance enhancing effects. So yeah, fantastic reason to put it into your supplement routine. It supports many other functions in the muscles as well. It can alter numerous cellular pathways that lead to new muscle growth. For example, it boosts the formation of proteins that create new muscle fibers. So obviously, as we train, you tear muscle fibers, and in the tears, new tissue grows in. It can also raise levels of insulin-like growth factor, a hormone that promotes increase in muscle mass. This one of the biggest things with creatine as well. It will encourage the body to store slightly more water in the muscles, giving you a more pumped, more volume look to yourself, which is natural with creatine. That's just one of the things it does. It does make you look fuller, basically. Also, some research has depicted that creatine decreases levels of myostatin, a molecule responsible for stunting muscle growth. Reducing myostatin can help you build muscle faster. So, a bit more of a sciencey one there for you, but again, it's all good so far. As we mentioned, it improves high-intensity exercise performance. So, creatine's direct role in ATP production means it can drastically improve high-intensity exercise performance. I can vouch for this. I've done a lot of hit circuits in my time training on cardio days and when I was competing in MMA, and it made a huge difference. I really did feel like I could work solid for an hour, really quite intensely. And don't get me wrong, it was still tiring, but I could finish it and I wouldn't take too long to recover. So, testament to it. I'm not just saying it's all down to the creatine itself, but I've been in a position where I've done it with and without, and it certainly, to me, felt like it made a difference. So, in terms of things for you can use for strength, ballistic power, sprint ability, muscle endurance and resistance to fatigue, your muscle mass recovery, and your brain performance. So, it really is a good supplement to put in the diet. Obviously, meats do naturally contain creatine, but you'd have to consume a relatively high amount to get to your recommended daily guidance or allowance. So the supplement really does help to just top your muscles up and help you to perform, especially if you are very active in the strength or circuits or exercise in general. Fantastic supplement to drop in. Yeah, and you don't have to have a fitness level for it really either. You can use it at any level, straight from beginner up to very advanced athlete. There's no benchmark for it, which is great. So especially for people that are looking to get an extra edge, that have been training for a while, or if you're just starting out and you want to make some progress quite quickly, yeah, brilliant supplement, put it in. Another point, creatine helps speed up muscle growth. Creatine is the world's most effective supplement for adding muscle mass. That is, I suppose, legal. I mean, you've got steroids, performance-enhancing drugs. Obviously, they will drastically outperform creatine. But obviously, there's ethical standpoints to it. They are probably banned in most sports. But this is not me, you know. As I've said, I haven't touched them. I've got no judgment towards people taking them. Less hate, more debate, because everyone's got a right to choose to do them or not. It's their body. You know, they can choose to take them, they can choose not. I choose not to. That's my personal preference. So yeah, the initial rise is caused in water content in your muscles, which you mentioned. But you can take it for as few as 5 to 7 days to significantly increase the appearance of muscle mass and body weight. Over long term, it also aids in muscle fibre growth by signalling key biological pathways and boosting gym performance. So they did a study of a 6-week training regime. Participants who used creatine added 4.4 pounds, or around 2 kilogram, more muscle mass on average than the control group that didn't. So you know it's backed, it's been studied, it's well researched. Similarly, in a comprehensive review, demonstrated a clear increase in muscle mass among those taking creatine compared to those performing the same training regime without creatine. So, as mentioned before, it does give that extra edge and that extra push to make progress. So, it's certainly worthwhile considering. One of the fantastic things about creatine, this is another point, is its value for money. It really is value for money. I mean, for a kilo bag like the one I've got, this one, I think it's under £10. And creatine monohydrate is probably one of the best forms to get it in. I know they do it in other forms, but monohydrate is probably the most well-known one, most readily available. So yeah, it's cheap. It's 3 to 5 grams serving a day, unless you go through loading phases, which I think is sometimes up to like 20 grams a day. But obviously it's a kilo bag, so it's going to last you a fair while anyway. So it's really worthwhile getting some to put into. Not even if you're looking for necessarily size or strength gains, just for performance. You know, brilliant, really, really, really good supplement. So it's actually been studied, and a key factor in several neurological diseases is a reduction of phosphocreatine in your brain. So since creatine can increase these levels, it may help reduce or slow down these progression. That's a big one. That's huge, you know. That really, really is quite a distinctive benefit to take creatine. for, feigning off really debilitating diseases. Such the ones as Alzheimer's, epilepsy, brain or spinal cord injuries. Yeah, brilliant. Even I didn't know that, but fantastic. Yeah, winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Creatine has also been shown to show benefits against what's that say? Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, a disease that affects the motor neurons that are essential for movement. Improve motor function, reduce muscle loss, and extended survival rate by 17%. Wow, that's a big one. So yeah, put creatine in, guys. It's a bit of a no-brainer in my eyes. And another final point is it can improve brain function, as mentioned about it fending off these diseases. Creatine plays an important role in a brain health and function. Research demonstrates that your brain requires a significant amount of ATP when performing difficult tasks. Supplements can increase phosphocreatine stores in your brain to help it produce more ATP. Creatine may also help aid your brain function by increasing dopamine levels and mitochondrial function. As I mentioned, meat is the best dietary source of creatine. Oftenly, vegetarians do have low levels. So, one study on creatine supplements in vegetarians found a 20 to 50% improvement in some memory and intelligence test scores. So, obviously, if you are vegetarian or vegan from an ethical standpoint, it probably is sensible to put it in because meat is what has creatine in it. Yeah, bear that in mind, guys. And finally, the best one is there's always been rumours and things around saying, no, is creatine safe to use for the long term and whatnot? Does it have side effects? I've had no side effects from the creatine. There was studies saying that it might cause hair loss. I've had no issues with that. I've had nothing with stomach cramps or pains or bloating. And it's really heavily researched. It's been researched for more than 200 years. Numerous studies that even tests that have been carried out for long term, over 6 years, have reported no adverse effects in healthy individuals. So yeah, 3 to 5 grams a day is what I have, which is roughly like just a small scoop. And yeah, fantastic supplement and 100% worth getting. So that's this one wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you do put it in, do use it, utilize it, and get some. Bosh. Have a good one.